2002 WCF Game 6, Kings vs. Lakers. Tim Donaghy Special. 2002 Sacramento Kings vs. Lakers Game 6. The Kings, scrappy underdogs with Weber and Divac, were playing the series of their lives, but the refs had a different script. Phantom fouls on Sacramento, free throws handed to the Lakers like candy, and Tim Donaghy, later exposed as a gambling ref, calling the shots with a side hustle of chaos. Every Chris Webber drive felt punished, every Kobe step overlooked. Fans exploded. Forums were alight with Kings robbed threads. Media danced around the word rigged, and memes would have been born if Instagram existed. The Lakers won Game 7, dynasty secured, Sacramento's heartbreak immortalized. This wasn't just a game, it was a blueprint for officiating chaos, a Shakespearean tragedy in sneakers, and a perfect storm for NBA conspiracy culture. Tim Donaghy's magnum opus and the Kings' legendary robbery still echo today. 2006 Finals, Heat vs. Mavericks, D-Wade's free throw parade. 2006 Finals, Dallas Mavericks vs. Miami Heat. Dallas had home court, Dirk was lethal, and everything pointed to a series win. Enter Dwyane Wade, career-defining playoff run, and the refs, apparently on Miami's payroll. Free throws rained down like confetti, 25 1/2, yes, you read that right, often for barely their contact. Dirk's drives met invisible walls, Dirk fans lost their minds, and every replay felt like a slap in the face. Analysts tried to sugarcoat it. Physical play, momentum swings, but the truth was obvious. Dallas got robbed in broad daylight. The Heat waltzed to the championship, Wade's heroics immortalized. Dallas's heartbreak forever meme-worthy. Fans still mutter about phantom fouls, questionable calls, and the time the NBA apparently decided the final script before tip-off. Tim Donaghy, betting, scandal, the ref with a side hustle. Tim Donaghy, an NBA ref with a whistle in one hand and a betting slip in the other. From 2000 to 2007, he quietly turned games into personal profit, wagering on outcomes he could influence. Players, fans, and coaches had no idea their questionable calls were part of a gambling operation. Free throws, foul calls, missed calls, all tools in his secret toolkit. The scandal blew up in 2007, shaking the NBA to its core. A ref, literally making money off the games he officiated. Interviews revealed the meticulous planning, the secret code, the audacity. Fans were outraged, analysts baffled, players embarrassed, and memes endless. Trust the ref became a punchline. Donaghy went to prison, the league tightened oversight, but every questionable call since whispers his legacy. He didn't just cheat the game, he turned the NBA into his casino. 1993, Suns vs. Sonics, Charles Barkley's robbery. 1993 Western Conference Finals, Phoenix Suns vs. Seattle Sonics. Charles Barkley was on a mission, unstoppable, dominant, carrying Phoenix with sheer force. But the refs apparently had a different playbook. Phantom fouls, missed calls on Seattle, and borderline ticky-tack calls on Barkley turned a tight series into a frustrating circus. Game 5 and 6 were particularly brutal. Key shots nullified, free throws awarded to the wrong side, momentum stolen mid-play. Barkley's post-game frustration was palpable. We played hard, but it didn't feel fair. Fans went ballistic. Media whispered about questionable officiating, and conspiracy threads exploded. The Suns fell short. Seattle advanced, and Barkley's legendary ferocity met the ultimate injustice. This wasn't just a loss. It was a robbery so blatant, it still haunts Suns fans. 2000 Blazers vs. Lakers Game 7, Kobe Shaq comeback assisted by whistles. Game 7, Western Conference Finals, Blazers vs. Lakers. Portland was crushing it, up by 15 in the fourth, hearts racing, fans screaming. Then the refs decided to help the Lakers. Fouls called at the weirdest possible moments, free throws appearing like magic, Kobe driving, Shaq rolling, and suddenly the comeback wasn't just skill. It was a masterpiece of officiating chaos. Fans erupted online. "Are you kidding me?" commentators stammered. And Blazers players couldn't hide their disbelief. Every Portland miss felt cursed, every Lakers possession blessed. Momentum shifted like someone hit fast forward on the universe. The Lakers won, Kobe and Shaq celebrated, but the whispers began. Were the whistles part of the comeback or just coincidence? Conspiracy or chaos? You decide. 1998 NBA Finals. Game 6. Bulls vs. Jazz. Jordan's last shot and no calls. Game 6. Jazz vs. Bulls. The end of an era. MJ chasing his 6th ring. Utah fighting for a miracle. But the refs seemed to have their own narrative. Key fouls missed on Jordan drives. Phantom calls against the Jazz. And the final shot? Controversy at its peak. Every Utah fan remembers the frustration. Foot on the line, hand in the face, but the whistle stayed silent. Commentators danced around it nervously, fans erupted, and media ran hot with debates. Was it just MJ magic, or did officiating nudge the ending? Jordan hit the legendary shot anyway, cementing his legacy, but whispers lingered. The last shot wasn't just talent. Maybe a little chaos from above helped seal the deal. NBA history history got iconic, Utah got robbed, and the conspiracy whispers started here. 2012 ECF Celtics vs. Heat Game 2 LeBron Protection Program. Game 2 Celtics vs. Heat. Boston was fired up, KG and Pierce leading the charge, but the refs seemed to have a side mission: protect LeBron James at all costs. Every drive to the rim by LeBron was a foul waiting to be called. Every Celtics defensive stand met phantom contact. Kevin Garnett and Paul Pierce's frustration spilled over. Fans lost their minds, and social media erupted with, "Are the refs on a LeBron script?" Free throws magically appeared. Questionable calls slowed Boston's momentum, and by the final buzzer, Miami escaped with the win. Analysts whispered about protection and swung momentum, while Heat fans called it just basketball. The Celtics? Infuriated. The game didn't just decide a series, it cemented the legend of the NBA's invisible LeBron shield. 2018 WCF Rockets vs. Warriors Game 7, 27 missed threes, but refs helped. Game 7, Houston Rockets vs. Golden State Warriors. The Rockets, staggering from 27 missed threes, still clawed back, but the refs seemed to have a hidden agenda. Calls bizarrely favored Golden State at critical moments. Phantom fouls on Harden. Questionable offensive fouls waved on Durant and Curry. Every Rockets shot that rimmed out felt like cosmic punishment. Every Warriors possession blessed. Fans screamed in disbelief. Commentators stuttered, and conspiracy threads exploded. Did the refs just hand Golden State the series? The Warriors won. Durant celebrated. Houston fumed. The math didn't add up. The chaos was palpable, and the whispers started anew. In the age of social media, a Game 7 like this fuels conspiracy lore for decades. 2019 Raptors vs. Sixers. Kawhi's shot plus Embiid complaints. Game 7, Raptors vs. Sixers. Kawhi Leonard dribbles into immortality with that legendary corner shot, but the chaos didn't stop there. Joel Embiid, towering and furious, argued phantom fouls, shrugged off contact, and got no calls at the worst moments. The refs seemed to have a script. Let Kawhi shine, Philadelphia flail. Every replay showed frustration. Fans screamed in digital fury, and memes would have been endless if Twitter could contain them. Raptors celebrated like heroes. Sixers drowned in disbelief. Conspiracy threads lit up the web. Was it just luck, or were the whistles secretly tipping the scales? One thing was clear: NBA chaos had a new chapter, starring Kawhi, a phantom foul, and a city still asking why. 1988 Finals. Lakers vs. Pistons. The phantom foul on Laimbeer. Game 6, Lakers vs. Pistons. The bad boys of Detroit were scrappy, rough, and ready to dethrone Showtime. Then a phantom foul on Bill Laimbeer in crunch time changed the game. One moment, Laimbeer was driving. The next, free throws for the Lakers. Crowd roaring, Pistons enraged. Every call felt like the NBA's invisible hand nudging history. Fans erupted, players gestured in disbelief. Commentators tiptoed around the obvious injustice. Lakers won, Jordan-esque Showtime survived, Detroit fumed. That phantom foul wasn't just a call, it was a narrative twist, a cheat code in basketball history, and proof that sometimes the game isn't decided by talent alone, but by the chaos of the whistle.